a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy.
Consider Phlebas. Consider Phlebas, first published in 1987, is a space opera novel by Scottish writer Iain M. Banks. Written after a 1984 draft, it is the first to feature the culture. The novel revolves around the Idiran culture war, and Banks plays on that theme by presenting various microcosms of that conflict. Its protagonist, Bora Horza Gobuchul, is an enemy of the culture. Consider Phlebas is Banks' first published science fiction novel and takes its title from a line in T.S. Eliot's poem The Waste Land. A subsequent culture novel, Look to Windward, whose title comes from the previous line of the same poem, can be considered a loose follow-up. Plot summary. The culture and the Idiran Empire are at war in a galaxy-spanning conflict. A culture mine, fleeing the destruction of its ship in an Idiran ambush, takes refuge on Shah's world. The Drayazons, godlike incorporeal beings, maintain Shah's world as a monument to its extinct civilization, forbidding access to both the culture and the Idirans. Horza, a shape-changing mercenary, is rescued from execution by the Idirans, who believe the Drayazon guardian may let him onto the planet, as in the past he was part of a small group of changers who acted as stewards. They instruct him to retrieve the mind. During Horza's extraction, the Idirans also capture a special circumstances agent, Perostek Balveda. However, the Idiran starship on which he is traveling is soon attacked by a culture vessel, and Horza is ejected. He is picked up by a pirate ship, the Clear Air Turbulence. He is forced to fight and kill one of the crew to earn a place. The captain, Craiglan, leads them on two disastrous pirate raids in which several of the crew perish. After the second raid, Horza is taken prisoner by a cult living on an island on the orbital Vavach. He escapes after killing the cult leader, and makes his way to the main city of Vavach, where he finds Craiglan, who is playing Damage, a high-stakes card game. Having now changed his appearance to mimic that of the cat captain, Horza follows him back to the cat, kills him and returns to the cat, meeting the few remaining original crew. He is introduced to a newly recruited member, whom he recognizes as a disguised Perostek Balveda. Culture agents outside try to capture the ship. Horza manages to lift off, and as the fugitives warp away from Vavach, they see the orbital destroyed by the culture warships to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. Balveda reveals Horza's identity, and he convinces the crew to carry out his mission. A Vavach drone, Untitled, has been trapped on the ship and reluctantly joins the team. They land on Shah's world and search for the mind in the command system, a complex of subterranean train stations. They soon discover that the mind is being hunted by a pair of Idiran soldiers who have killed all the changers stationed on the planet, and who regard Horza and his crew as enemies, having no knowledge of the changers' alliance with the Idirans. Horza has kept Balveda alive, and she is taken into the complex. The cat's crew encounter the Idirans in one of the command system stations, and after a firefight apparently kill one and capture the other. After tracking the mind to another station, the drone Untitled discovers it hiding in the reactor car of a command system train. The second Idiran, who had been mortally wounded, but not killed, sets one of the trains for a collision course to the station. The captured Idiran, Zoxal, frees himself, and in the ensuing impact and firefight, the remaining members of the Clear Air Turbulence are killed. Horza pursues Zoxal, and is fatally injured, but the Idiran is killed by Balveda. Horza dies soon after Balveda gets him to the surface, and the mind is returned to the culture. In an epilogue, the mind becomes a starship, and names itself the Bora Horza Gobuchul. History. Consider Phlebas, like most of Bank SS' early SF output, was a rewritten version of an earlier book, as he explained in a 1994 interview. Phlebas was an old one too. It was written just after the Wasp Factory, in 1984. I found that rewriting an old book took much more effort than writing one from scratch. But I had to go back to do right by these things. Now I can go on and start completely new stuff. Literary significance and criticism. The book was generally very well received as a fast-paced space opera, with a morally ambiguous hero and lots of grand scenery and devices. Kirkus reviews described it as overextended and jarring, but imaginative and gripping in places, Banks said in an interview. Adaptation. Amazon announced in February 2018 that it has acquired the global television rights to Consider Phlebas, to be adapted by Dennis Kelly and produced by Plan B Entertainment.
Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?